How are you? It's beautiful to see you. Yeah. This is how we talk to the mic and talk to everyone, you know. Because we're just trying to look for strength. Because as Babo danced to this, she just spoke of that part of my life where I was super broke. I was so broke. And at that time, I was in Nairobi, and my mother had been admitted to Kisii. I know we tried to look for money, to figure out how we would go and see her in the hospital. And finally, that happens. We have a chance to finally go and see her in that hospital. Jua likiwaka, jua likiwaka, jua waka, jua, oh, jua likiwaka, jua likiwaka. So this is a story of a mother and a daughter. She was, darling, her late 40s nurtured me, a principled young lady, darling, her late 20s. You see, for her were years of endlessly healthy bindings till she met this lad with such callous nature. But again, who are we to judge? See, the soul chooses its mates, so imperfection made perfection, gracing a call for meetings, kept secret sacred to her own. Young lady, me, some young lady, me, got dumbstruck when Rachel Tales started to sell. Jua likiwaka, oh, jua likiwaka, jua likiwaka, jua conjoined with art and retroviral therapy. I am talking about blood transfusion. That which had her heartbeat faster than slower. I am talking about Mrs. Wounds. Talking about Mr. Benson's. Every time she would tell me, Rachel, nisaidie kutembea, nimekuwa nikilala kwa hii kitanda for such a long time. I mean, that's when you know that walking is really, really, really important. I am talking about Mrs. Wounds, that which had her eyes well every time she felt that food was compulsory. But we had to choose. See, we had to choose. Do we choose not giving her food for her to die, or do we watch her swallow it in pain, or do we just wait on God and pray that her soul is safe? Do we? I am talking about how I see you served as a lifeline, a mediator between heaven and hell. Jua likiwaka, jua likiwaka, oh, jua likiwaka, jua likiwaka, wale simamie. Lazima, yazime, lazima, yazime, lazima, yazime, lazima, yazime, lazima, yazime, lazima, yazime, lazima, yazime. Lazima. I am talking to you, son. I am talking to you, weeping in prayer for the lost memoirs to be rekindled forth. I am speaking to you, to the 71 million who die in the cemetery annually. I am speaking to you, for they who would rather say, afadhali kuwa na AIDS kuliko kuwa paged or so. I have heard tons and tons of times. Has any one of you heard that? Afadhali kuwa na AIDS kuliko kuwa paged or so. I have heard tons and tons of times. I am speaking to you. You who do not see the need to consume it wisely, or the need to fear unsafe injections, or the need to fear this mere thing that lasts only for 20 minutes. 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 I am speaking to you. 40. 20. ARVs. Blood transfusion. Mrs. Wounds. Mr. Bed Sores, how I was me. That was me. That was us. Question is, when you lose someone, how do you handle it? I know, right? When you lose someone, how do you go about it? Because I, for one, made a friend called my pillow. How many of you have pillows? Are you sure? I'm quite sure any blanketi imekunjwa mahali. People, how many of you have dolls? Any person with a doll? Who? Yeah. Samantha just has a team. And how many of you have cell phones? Yeah. How many of you open your cell phones? Would you be in a position to open your cell phone right now? And let's take a selfie. 1, 2, 3. Phones on. 1, 2, 3. Phones on. 1, 2, 3. Phones on. 1, 2, 3. Take a selfie. Take a doll if you have one. Have a pillow if you have one. 1, 2, 3. This is the gaining grip experience. Typical night and you all are taking selfies, scratch that. It's a typical night and an amazing performance is taking over because of Wallis, so scratch that. It's a typical night and you are wondering how is this even on the set, scratch that. Because it's a typical night and my favorite friend is a pillow. So I need you to assume that you have a pillow. Kiss and hold tight that pillow. Watch her, watch you, while carrying sadness in your face. I say kiss and hold tight that pillow. Share with her your realities. This new kind of pain, this new kind of feel, this new kind of feeling that has your sobs stand on flowing flawlessly. So it's a typical night, and you're probably recording this, thank you, but scratch that. It's a typical night, and you're watching this happening, thank you, but scratch that. I just want you to assume that you have your pillow. Yeah? So kiss and hold tight that pillow. Narrate of the day, narrate of the night, the different that isn't, the fragments of your soul scattered, smashed, and the loss that is you, and the loss of a loved one. Kiss and say goodnight to your dreams. Because she was the main character. the dawn because you simply cannot stand this light. It brings such memories in your heart. Are you ready for the day? Of course not. So keep that replacement. The booze, the liquor, the sex, the flirt. Lose yourself. Drop by drop. Maybe it will be an ocean wide to kill your sorrows. Because it's a typical night. And now you're wondering, what is this about? Scratch that. It's a typical night. And I don't even know what to say about that, but scratch that. Because it's just a typical night and all you really have is your pillow. So share your deepest secrets. Do you have secrets? Do you guys have secrets? So if you have secrets, share your secrets with this pillow. Tell her how you'd rather not say to tell now, but die. Because rest in peace is the least of the vocabularies you have in your head. See, rest in peace to the subsequent events that happened when she died. Rest in peace to that bank job that you had, but had you kicked out, almost kicked out in your house. Or rest in peace to your certificates that should give you an identity, or rest in peace to that home that you held on so keenly, but the candlelight just decided to get it all smoky. I say rest in peace to all those sad, bad dreams that you had. So kiss and hold tight that pillow. Maybe tell her, Enigma, tell her that you question God's existence. Tell her. Yeah. First, I think you should tell her how the jacket simply doesn't work, right? Tell her how you question God's existence. Tell her how Jeremiah 29 simply doesn't make sense. This time, now. Tell her how you question God's existence. Who is God? Where is God? Where is God?
Child, I see the smile adorned on your lips. It's the tears I see shed in the sunkenness of your cheek that irk me the most, child. I see the love that your heart tries to serenade in its beats for me, but it's the pain I see lurking and looming in its chambers that I admittedly want to cure the most.
Fine. Cure the most. Do you even know what pain means? Do you even know? No, let's start by, do you even know what love means? See, they say that God is love, right? I'm not disputing that fact. But if God is love, then how do you explain a lady who lost their mother and has been suffering with this for 1 year and has been putting her feet down just to ask God to give her strength to stick with the joy that she deserves because she is scarred? And then finally, because love is a beautiful thing, right? Finally, she meets this someone who just has her heart beating super fast, and she's happy. But well, not until God decides to take that away. God simply decides to snatch that freaking thing away. And now you talk of love. Kiwa?
I saw you in my house last Sunday.
Of course you did.
I could hear the raging wars in your thoughts as you sat there and wondered if I even existed.
Of course I had to ask.
You gazed at the pulpit pews and stained glass windows and thought to yourself, such raw beauty. Beauty.
Beauty.
That word. You see, for you, I could tell it means the one thing that you felt will never embody you. That your hair was not kinky enough. That your skin was not smooth enough. It was not light
Enough.
I wanted to reach down from my throne and embrace you. But your rejection of me made you cold to my warmth.
Well, there goes the Almighty. The Almighty knowing everything. The Almighty knowing about my self-esteem. The Almighty knowing about how, of course, I doubt my kinky hair. The Almighty knowing about how I question my skin. Well, does the Almighty also know that I met a man that appreciates that? Does the Almighty know that she was the reason that I can stand before you and smile? Does the Almighty know that I gathered my self-esteem because of him? Does the Almighty know that sometime we had a conversation about this and he was silent?
I communed with your thoughts in the sanctity of my house last Sunday. You were seated in the third pew of the third row, and you wondered whether the third relationship you are in could be it, if he was the one I made for you, if he was a waste of time, if there was another match for you made in the heavens. I wanted to reach out and calm your storms, but you see, it's hard for me to explain how I have authored love when I can tell. All you wanted to hear me say was yes.
Crowd, help me. Help me. Did I not just say I set my feet down and prayed to the Almighty? You guys heard me, right? If you heard me say yes, I? Yes, I? Did I put my feet down and speak to the Almighty? Did I not ask him that, Father Lord, if I am too selfish, then kill that, didn't I? Did I not just tell him that if I find the one and he is silent, then I will take it for a yes? Didn't I do that? Then now he says, now the Almighty says that, oh, you see, oh, you are not listening to me, oh, I am sorry. I don't get you. But one thing is for sure, do you even exist?
I was standing beside you.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Why is he cheating? I could see the pain in your tone. She wondered if there was another one I had made for her. She wondered if she could leave the one she was with because she deserves happiness. She asked me if I could bend the rule of one just so she could be happy.
Are you sure?
But you see, it's hard for me to calm your storms when from the beginning Your union with that person was not brought to you. Let's talk about beginnings. Child, I was there in the beginning. I was there when first my breath of life filled your small, frail body at conception. I gave her a name, and I watched as the eyes of humanity fell in awe at the innocence of her soul and the purity in the depth of her eyes. You see, she became of age. She told me that it has come time for her to be the boss, that she does not want me on the wheel anymore, that her time has come, that I should take the passenger seat. You see, sometimes it gets hard for her.
It gets hard for me.
Sometimes she wants me to drive.
I want him to drive.
But even in those times, she still has one hand on the wheel.
Left seat. Driver's seat. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's right. We will never know. Quick question. How many times do you question God? And I'm guilty as it gets. How many of you question God? How many people question God? Yeah. Well, I hope that was an affirmation that He still exists. I pray that was still an affirmation that He, even in the ways we cannot understand Him, He's still there for us, you know? Even when we doubt and ask questions, He is there. Because as much as we were conflicted, He still holds your hand and sees you through, yeah? So, I feel like everyone has been standing on this stage and doing their pieces like me. But who has done a dedication for you guys? Has anyone done a dedication? Oh, yeah? So, this piece is mine. No. This piece is for you and I. Everyone? This piece is mine. This piece is for you and I. The young child with tiny dreams, big links, tiny steps. This piece is mine. This piece is for you and I, chasing dreams in the wild. If you believe it, snap it. If you believe it, snap it. This piece is mine. No, this piece is for you and I, tiny child, tiny limbs, big steps, with dreams. This piece is for you and I, chasing dreams in the wild. Reflections, 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 reflections. Reflect back to those days when being on the screen is how you envisioned it. Dreams. Reflect back to that time travel to now when beyond the screen is seeing the blog and seeking it. Current state, fulfillment. Current state, stillness. Current state, dream some more. Dream some more. Dream on, move. I said dream on, move. I said dream on, move. Dream on, fly. Dream on, move. Dream on, fly. Fly, 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 fly. Reflections. 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 Tell you, I'll down the memory lane when I was really young. Kumbuka zile siku tuliishi kwa single room but family company to make to bloom. Kumbuka zile siku we had friends, but you know, we would run away when we saw them because we were too ashamed of where we lived. I mean, who would not be? As in, at some point, our home was just a gate. The door was simply a gate. I laughed at that too sometimes. Kumbuka zile times mlishika yole mat 90-60, got your creativity full blown. Kumbuka those days walifikiria unatoka runda because you spoke too much English. Nikizungu tu. That's what you used to say. Kumbuka how far you have come from. Kumbuka those times when you were just younger and when you had a piece of sweet and you'd cut it for your fellow and it would, what? Ingemanage watatu wanne. Kumbuka. Walk down that memory lane. Kumbuka those times when every time a visitor came to your place, you'd have an album to show them photos, right? Kumbuka zile siku when cha baba na cha mama were the things that made you happy. Walk down that memory lane. Kumbuka. Look at yourself now. Appreciate self. Love self. Ivan, love self. Because this peace is mine. This peace is mine. This peace is for you and I. Young child, big dreams, tiny limbs, big steps. This peace is for you when I chasing dreams in the wild. Down the lane again. How many people were weirdos back in the day? I was a weirdo. Yeah? Those kids who simply didn't seem to fit in the crowd. We were those. We simply couldn't blend nor fit in. Those days when we stood in class while others sat. Those days when we spoke on end and sang for hours and people wondered. Those days when our clothing were different because baggies were our favorites. Stars our galaxies, cartoons our muse, movies our late nights, IQs our queries. We were different. Chapatis our delicacies. We were different. We were probably the biggest ones in school, and guys would laugh at us and bully us. We were different. But we were heroes in our own way. You know? You take me, right? We were heroes in our own way. We were heroes when we started flying. We were heroes when our words now made sense. We became heroes when we appreciated ourselves and our uniqueness. Because this peace is mine. This peace is for you and I, the weirdos in class who do not need a fit, not blend in. this one time when kumbuka zile siku we would have strong tea for meals because we loved it. Those times when we would have unga chapati for meals, not because we were kings, no, just because that's the only food we had on our table. But people thought we were rolling because it was unga chapati, see, but I don't afford unga ugali at that time. Kumbuka how far you've come from. This far, we give thanks. Kumbuka. And the last piece is about me. Mama we, mama we. Mama we, mama we. Mama, 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 mama. I'm an African woman, born by 2 yet raised by one. I am that statistic that thrives from this equation. Because alone is how she has always walked. In these narrowed paths, with broadened thoughts, I see her lowering her pace and fastening her laces, just to give us the very best. Because alone is how she has always walked when he picked that stool, but she picked that broom and swept the bad omen away. Because alone is how she has always walked. We learned how to live. Mama way, mama way, mama way. Mama way. Because alone is how she has always walked. See, wisdom had to be defaulted. Because at 10 questions be like, kuna mama kweli? Why do you talk about your mama so much? At 15 to 19 questions be like, ukona chali kweli? Are you sure you can even handle it? At 25 to 29 questions be like, uko sure na ku get married? Do you even know how to be submissive to your husband? Man, being raised by a single parent sometimes is tricky. But with a lady seeking a global fish, we had to stand firm and appreciate where we come from. So cheers to the new beginnings. Gaining grip.
Let's go.